Badgers in the midst of a very challenging four-game stretch. Games in the books against Michigan and Marquette. Up ahead, Illinois and Butler. Those two games also away from the Kohl Center. We'll look back at the first two games of this stretch. We'll visit with one of the newcomers to the Wisconsin roster, Camren Hunter. Big weekend for the volleyball team, back in the Sweet 16. We'll have our weekly sit-down with Badger basketball head coach Greg Gard. All coming up on the Badger Sports Report. Pass stolen away by Nolan Winter. Winter to the line, down the lane, two-hand slam dunk. Nolan Winter, big man putting it on the floor. He left side four to shoot. Kamari off the left wing. Beats Jack Janicki, lets it fly for three, and that clipped the rim no good. Rebound Nolan Winter, throwing to Janicki, kick out Tajay for three, and the tie again. Second chance points for the home team. Blackwell along the left sideline. Throwing to Gilmore at the top. Turns it to Tajay. Finding a gap off the right wing. Out to McGee. Whips to Gilmore. Four to shoot. Gilly to the line. In the lane. Slips it in to Nolan Winter. Slam dunk. Oh, nice find with the shot clock winding down. Foul matched up with Caden Hamilton. A throw to Gilmore. Hands off to Klesman. Snaps off the three. Nailed it. Max Klesman drilling his third triple of the half. 37-34 Wisconsin. Baseline left. Blackwell inbounds to Tajay. Throwing to crowd. Back to Tajay. Turns to the Klesman. Right corner three is good for Max Klesman, who continues to be a nightmare for Marquette. This is Wisconsin basketball. Hands off the screen of crowd. Klesman for three, and he buries it. Blackwell driving right lane line, runs it up and in off the glass. Tapped by crowd, picked up Winter, finds Tajay down the lane, slam dunk. Slips it in the crowd, low in the left, slam dunk. Finds McGee low in the left, he'll finish.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
My name is Kels Morrissey. I've been with Hy-Vee for 12 years. For 95 years, Hy-Vee was known on its quality and service, and right now that isn't enough, which is why we lowered thousands of prices. It pains me to know that customers are having to choose different retailers, some of which don't offer the quality that Hy-Vee does, just to make ends meet on their grocery shopping. We need to gain the customer's trust back that we have the best prices, and I guarantee you that going forward, we will.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
It was really just timely mistakes. I think we did a lot of really good things in the first half, but we went on a 14 possession stretch in the second half where half of the possessions were turnovers. So I think if we can eliminate some of those and, just get shot attempts, we don't have to make everything, but just getting a shot up, making a team guard for 25, 28 seconds can be draining. So I think that stretch killed us.
We learned a lot from the other night against Michigan from an offensive standpoint. Thought we did better things. We got better shots today. And this one's going to show us and help us more defensively on that end in terms of being able to guard the ball better, where we can take away gaps, where we broke rules, where we didn't send the ball back to where it had come from and allowed lane line drives, those things. And it's a credit to Marquette that that they took advantage of it when we were on our heels defensively. They kept attacking us.
I think we got a lot of good, team-minded defenders on this team. Just got to come together. And, that comes from repetition and practice. It comes from trusting, one another every single day and things like that. But that's an aspect we have to get better.
Well, the ending message is we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We got to get better and turn around and play in 2 days.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Toyotathon is on. Shake up the holidays with an exciting new Toyota. Take an all-wheel drive Camry to go ice skating. Visit Grandma in a Highlander. Grandma! You got it. Or bring home a tree in a Tacoma. Are we in a snow globe?
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can lease a new RAV4 for $309 a month. Or you can lease a new 2025 Camry for $279 a month.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Get you caught up with all things Wisconsin basketball. Our first chance to visit with Coach Gard here in a few weeks as the Badgers obviously off to a really good start and really into the thick of a heck of a stretch right now as we visit with the Badgers head coach. Really good start. What's been the most impressive part to you about how your team has gone about getting off to this kind of a start?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, Matt, is just how, when we've talked many times about the transient nature and how college athletics has changed, but how this group has come together, with new faces, new roles, so to speak, but how they have really bought into the team concept, how they've really shared the basketball, played together, are focused on winning. And it's been a really, really fun group to coach that just keeps getting better as we go through the early part of this year.
I was talking with John Tanjay, and I always wonder, a guy who's been playing, this is year 6 for him in college, it'd be really easy to think that you know everything about everything. He's not that, though, is he?
No, he's at the top of the list of the most coachable. Not that others aren't, but you're right about, that's always the cautionary maybe message that comes with somebody that's had so much experience that they do seem to have answers, and he has more questions than answers, which is good. And he's been awesome to coach, and I know his teammates enjoy playing with him.
Is that one of the biggest? I don't know if surprise is the right word, but it is rapid fire when you get into the transfer portal trying to find the right fit. Is that maybe the thing that has jumped out the most to you? We could talk about his scoring, the free throw line, and all that, but what you just mentioned maybe stands out.
I think fit. This I think validates it even more how important. And I know in the coaching world, it's very cliche when we say fit, but quite frankly, fit is more important than numbers, because numbers come because it's not the right fit. The numbers aren't going to add up, and it's not going to help your team be successful. So for John specifically, it's been about the fit, and then because the fit is so good, it allows the numbers both individually for him and for our team to flourish.
It's always been interesting around here. One of the reasons why you guys have sustained a level of success when you're in the high school recruiting, you can get feedback from current players. Can you really do that in the portal?
To a degree, because the degree of separation with these guys is about 1 degree. They all know somebody or know them or know somebody that played with them, or there's so much crossover. And obviously we have transfers too. Max Klesmet has given us a lot of intel on people that he played against at Wofford that maybe were in the portal, or that we're playing against that were in the portal that are now somewhere else. So just like you said, it's just the crossover and the correlation from roster to roster. There's just so much. They played against each other in AAU, high school, wherever it is, somewhere else, that usually you don't have to dig too far or ask too many questions and you get an answer.
We mentioned a guy like a John Tonje or a Max Klesman, but I'm thinking the real bright lights game, I guess you could call it the first real bright lights game of the non-conference schedule, was Arizona. And a lot went into that night. But I see a guy like Jack Janicki, redshirt freshman, coming in and showing zero fear.
Right.
Take us back with him as you watched him develop even last year working the scout team to where he was to where he is now.
Yeah, I think he's always had that zero fear mentality. You know, as a matter for him, physically getting better, his body's improved, he's quicker, he's leaner, he's stronger. And at the same time working on his skill set, his ball handling, his shooting is getting better. Though it's continued to be a work in progress, but just his willingness and ability to be in the right place, the right time, you know, and not worried about stats, just doing anything to help his team win.
I mentioned the Arizona game. This is the first chance we've had to visit on this platform. But just everything that went into that night, the Final Four guys coming back, you know, Bo being recognized. You were busy at halftime with your guys, but his name, you know, finally on the banner up in the rafters. Sometimes the script doesn't play out, but it did that night. Just what that meant to those guys, you know, Coach Ryan and all the players, and what it meant to your current team to get to maybe meet some of those guys.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously you mentioned the main thing was for us, our responsibility that night was to play as well as possible, and our guys did a phenomenal job and beat a really good team. But I think that was kind of the icing on the cake and allowed the rest of the night, the post-game festivities, to be a little more enjoyable. But they all, you know, I got a chance to speak to all of them that came back, and they really were appreciative of the night. They really love the way our team plays. And obviously Coach Ryan, I've talked to him several times since, and he's so grateful and so appreciative of that night. And, you know, and our current guys did. They were in grade school, you know, when those guys were coming through. So, you know, time flies when you're having fun. You have to stop and check yourself a little bit like, okay, you get some perspective here. John Tonje was like in 6th grade and admired Frank Kaminsky, and I said, John, he's just the goofy 7-footer that he always was. It's not that big a deal, but he was. They were all enamored, and obviously people that they had grown when they were in that, or watched when they were in that impressionable age.
And finally, as we speak, this interview done before the Marquette game, but you can jump back into Big Ten play. You got Illinois coming up, and then a trip to Butler. It's a heck of a stretch. Some of this designed by the conference, some of this maybe a Mark Vanderwettering production. It's a heck of a stretch there.
It is, you know, and I think we've already come through a pretty good stretch. You know, with Arizona, you mentioned Greenbrier and the other games that we played, but this is, you know, the exciting part of it. What players really, first and foremost, what they want to play the best of the best, and I think our fans really enjoy the schedule and how it's kind of pieced together. Obviously, we have 2 league games here in the early part of the season, and then jump back into non-conference play. And but yeah, there's no rest for the weary. There's no all the get well games. I think are in the past.
They're gone.
They're gone. So it's exciting though. It's going to be neat to obviously you get some conference games. You know, Marquette. You know, the Butler game in Indianapolis and Cambridge. I think that's what they call it now, right?
Yep.
Is going to be fun, and then get ready for finals.
Yeah, that's right. The Illinois game Tuesday night in Champaign at 8 o'clock, and then Saturday afternoon at the home of the Indiana Pacers. The Badgers will square off with Thad Matta's Butler Bulldogs. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Some new faces on this Wisconsin basketball team this season. One of them, our guest right now, a young man, spent some time at Central Arkansas and now a Wisconsin Badger, Camren Hunter.
Well, first, a belated welcome into the world of Badger Nation. Take us through the summer when you make the decision to come up here, what it was like for you, both in terms of the workouts and then hopefully having a chance to explore Madison a little bit.
The workouts completely different from where I come from at Central Arkansas. You know, Coach Snides in the weight room is very detailed. He's very detailed about how he does everything, as well as the coaching staff and Coach Gard and Coach Camren Hunter and those guys. And just been a big adjustment. Just learn how to play basketball with better players. You know, I feel like personally for me, the biggest thing has just been able to be consistent every day, show up and give what I have every single day, and as well as that. But outside of Madison, I haven't done too much exploring. I can say that a lot of my time comes from, you know, class and things like that. But in the summer, I mean, I spend time with teammates where we show me around, like nitty gritty, luchadors, tacos, things like that.
There you go.
Show me the basic things of Madison right now. But from what I'm told, it's a pretty special place, especially during the season. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, they're showing you the necessities here, no doubt. Now, you mentioned the weight room. Now, you're a big, strong guy here to begin with, but what was that like? Just how Coach Snides, what he expects from you guys? Mentioned it was an adjustment, but I imagine one that maybe you're kind of used to and enjoying the payoff to it now, right?
Yes, sir. The adjustment come for me was, you know, me being hurt this past season and I had a little injury weight, so just getting adjusted to moving my body better. Also, you know, getting back down to my normal weight, and so I think, I mean, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was hard the first month. Like, I got up here early June. That whole June was a battle for me. Anybody could attest to that and things like that, but I mean, with guys like Klez and Steve who just like continue to push you every day and things like that, I mean, it's hard not to get better in some type of way. You know, Coach Snides, you know, told me the things I need to work on based off like the little assessment he did when I first got here. And so I think the biggest thing was just trusting in him and then just adapting. I mean, adapting is, of course, the hardest part, you know, especially being 9 hours away from home, but just simply just, you know, just trusting in like what has gotten me here, and as well as like the coaching staff that have a really good track record, you know. So
you mentioned Max Klesman, Stephen Crowell, some of these guys who've been around here. Important for they've prided themselves on the culture here, where the older guys help the newer faces. That sounds like that's been a big part of your adjustment here, leaning on guys like that, and they've helped you out.
Yes, sir, for sure. You know, Klez been here. He's going on his third year, and Steve been here all 5. So I mean, they know what it takes to win, especially at this level. They know what it takes on a daily in and out basis to get the job done. And so they say something, I'm right to it. You know, there's no second guessing, no questions asked, things like that. I mean, the best teams are when you have player-led teams, and those two guys are something. They're doing that for sure. I can tell you that.
Well, take a look at your stats at Central Arkansas. Your ability to score it, distribute it, get rebounds, about 5 a game there. But give folks an idea, just beyond what we can see on a stat sheet, what kind of player you are, what do fans have to look forward to watching you out there for Wisconsin?
Tough as nails, for sure. I bull in China shop. Those are my 2 favorite phrases to go to. You know, I just do what I need to do to win. You know, I'm here to help this team win, and that's what Coach Gard and Coach Grief and Coach Crab brought me here to do. And so whatever that is, that's what I'm going to do for sure. Whether it's not scoring as much, whether it's passing the ball, I'm more averaging more assists, more steals, something like that. Whatever it is, to get this team back on a national stage or the Final Four, thing like that, that's what I'm here to do.
It's interesting you say that, describing your game. You're just watching you guys over the summer, thinking a few of us on the side going, well, this guy can get in the lane. He has no problem, you know, dealing with the traffic and the bumping that goes on. That's a big part of it. Has that always been the physical strength, your ability to get where you need to go with the basketball and be able to absorb contact like that? Or did that take a little bit of time to get you? You're smiling, so maybe not right away, huh?
No, sir, not right away. I really adapted that my junior year of high school. Okay. We didn't have no bigs where I come from, and so I had to play a little bit of 4 to 5, and so naturally I just had to put on some weight and then kind of move guys around. And then when I got to college, it was like, no, man, like, you're 6'1", 6'2", you have to be a PG. And I'm like, okay. It was like, your rebounding, what you brought from high school so far as the rebounding aspect and those things, they can carry over and be really successful for you. And so outside of that, man, it's like, if I could turn the corner, get downhill, and make plays for not only myself but my teammates, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, if you bump me, I'm going to probably bump off right now because, I mean, about 205. So, I mean, it's kind of easy, like, with my size, but it's not that easy because, I mean, you get fouled a lot more, but people don't notice it. But being in the Big Ten, a lot of fouls are not called, and so that's something that I've been adjusting to over the summer. You know, the coaches swallow a whistle, and then they're like, man, we just play physicality is something they've been preaching on. So I'm enjoying it. I can say that. So
give us an idea, because you're getting 5 rebounds a game. That's usually the 6'7", 6'8" guys who are going to get that. You're not that, but you're able to get those boards. What's the fundamental key for you so far in your career to be able to grab those boards at this level?
You'd be surprised how many like simple boards I get off of just boxing out. It's just knowing where the ball's going to bounce on, like personnel and things like that. I mean, something I am adjusting to is consistently boxing out guys like Kamari McGee, who like crashes a lot. But I mean, honestly, the wings and the bigs are their job of like clearing the lane. Why not, as a PG on the defensive end, come clear the board and we can just get off, and instead of them have to outlet me the ball, I just go right ahead and you get into the flow of things like that. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, just box out and then just being where the ball is. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, you just got to get down there and get down and dirty pretty much. So
it seems like, I know Coach Gard's talked about this, you guys have a lot of depth. It certainly looks that way. So the competition for minutes, I would imagine, is pretty intense. That makes for some pretty interesting practices, I would guess.
Yes, sir, they do. Yes, sir, they do.
It's a fun group. I mean, like even with Kamari, you're probably learning things from him as well, and you know Dan Freitag is learning from you guys. But that's all a part of how this is supposed to work, right?
Yes, sir. It's a rigorous practice. I'm gonna tell you that. Very high in competitiveness, and there's something Coach Gard loves about this group. I mean, there's days where people are just letting each other know what they're going to do, like letting them know that they can't do that and things like that. And there's also other days where it gets real physical. But I mean, you gotta love that. You gotta love that competitiveness. So that's, you know, a key component of a winning team. You know, it's not afraid of anybody, not willing to back down. I mean, if anybody came to sit in practice, you would see it for sure, without a doubt. And so, I mean, I love it. I can tell you that. I mean, I love somebody that's getting into me, and I'm going to get right back into them. So, I mean, it's really fun in a moment. So, I mean.
Yeah, be fun to watch. Camren Hunter, one of the new faces for this Wisconsin team this season. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid.
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Whoa.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Right now, lease a new 2024 Tacoma for $279 a month. Or get 1.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
GG sails it to the right back. Decent pass up front. Suarez to the left side, and Wisconsin ends the set with a block. Crawford and Furbringer end at 25-23. Right hand over to the left back. Steered up front to Miliano. Left side Bertolino. Dog by Ojo. Furbringer to Franklin. And Wisconsin is still dancing in December. For the 12th straight season, the Badgers advance to the Sweet 16.
Dexheimer straight away. Left wing pass Morrissey. Down low Liskowski. He's got it. Pivot backside. Finley scores! Beautiful pass play. Quinn Finley power play goal. 2-0. Wisconsin leads top-ranked Michigan State. Right wing Kukkonen drops back Fitzgerald with some time. Back to Kukkonen. Goes upstairs. Glove save. Rebound. Put in by Fitzgerald. Badgers score 2-0.
There's Wisconsin right in, shot and a score. Maggie Scannell behind the net to Sims. Looking for Edwards. Edwards, Harvey, waits, clears a passing zone, shoots and scores. That's Harvey. That is Carolyn Harvey. She's tremendous. Here's Edwards, out front, shot and a score. Edwards to O'Brien.
Games 3 and 4 of this big 4-game gauntlet, so to speak, for the Badgers. A Tuesday night matchup against Illinois down in Champaign, followed by a Saturday afternoon game in Indianapolis against Thad Matta's Butler Bulldogs. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
My name is Kels Morrissey. I've been with Hy-Vee for 12 years. For 95 years, Hy-Vee was known on its quality and service, and right now that isn't enough, which is why we lowered thousands of prices. It pains me to know that customers are having to choose different retailers, some of which don't offer the quality that Hy-Vee does, just to make ends meet on their grocery shopping. We need to gain the customer's trust back that we have the best prices, and I guarantee you that going forward, we will.